And now for the foul in earnest. Where is that wine? Hello, where is that wine?
Here we are, sir. What do I behold before me? But Mr. Flormerville, the imminent tragedian.
Who the devil are you? Keep off.
What, don't you recognize me, sir?
No, I don't indeed.
Not when I carried a banner with a silver dragon on it? When you played the Tartar Prince at, what's his name? And you used to bring the house down with that point about revenge.
What do you mean? When I struck the attitude and said, Artriant, the princess and the revenge are both my own. She is my prisoner, Trimble.
Never. This to decide. That is what I call the true tragic fire, when you bang it out with swords. Give me showers of sparks and I know what you're up to. Oh, but Lord bless me, how I've seen you perspire, and I shall never see such acting again. Oh no.
I think you remember me.
Think? Why, don't you remember when you left Taunton without paying that there washerwoman?
You needn't continue. It's quite clear you remember me.
Oh, but Lord bless me, what an actor you was. What a Romeo you was.
I believe there was something in me as Romeo.
And something of you too. Why, the Montagues was a fine family when you was the lightest weight among them.
Yes. I beg your pardon, my friend. Is that my wine?
Oh, I give you Flormerville and the Dreamer. Hooray!
Hooray! Yes. I'll pump him. Rude in life. You never know other work on hand. Pump. I forget your name.
Bitt. Charlie Bitt. But when I first went on with the banners, it was Blitherington Ferdbury. But they said it came so expensive in the printing, I left it off.
Yes. Much business done in this house?
Oh, very flat.
Old gentleman in nankeen trousers been here long?
Only just come. What do you suppose I've heard? Supposed to be a bachelor, but got a wife?
No.
Yes?
Got a wife, eh? Oh, you're as sharp as a lancet. No doubt. Got a wife. Yes, yes.
A flash. The intense enjoyment of my friend suggests to me that perhaps Mr. Nightingale hasn't got a wife, that she's dead. Fraud. Mum. I say you were up to it. Oh, but Lord bless my heart. Well, what an actor you was.
It's quite touching his relapsing into that, but I can't indulge him, poor fellow. My time is precious. You were going to say...
I was going to say you're up to it. Oh, but Lord bless my heart. What an actor you was. What a Richard III you was, especially when it came to the sliding business.
This child of nature positively has judgment. It was one of my effects. And so you were observing.
And so I'll tell you, he hasn't really got a wife. She's dead.
Oh, I'm right. He knows it. Mrs. Nightingale's as dead as a doornail. Indeed. Oh, some piece of cunning, I suppose. Buried somewhere, of course. Where? All safe. There's no proof. Take away.
Oh, too sudden on my part. Flormerville wins first knockdown blow. Never mind. Gabblewig back up and at him once more.
How does he know? He's in the market. Yes, yes. Shall I buy him? No, not yet. Necessity not yet proved. With Nightingale here and my dramatic trunks upstairs, I'll strike at least another blow on the hot iron for myself before I think of taking a partner into the forge.
Susan! Susan!
Susan, indeed. Well, diffidence ain't the prevailing complaint at Malvern.
What, Susan, don't you know me? Mr. Gabblewig.
Why, yes, sir. Then you're the boot jack. Now I understand, of course.
More so than I the boot jack? Listen, Susan, did you know that Mr. Nightingale had been married?
Well, I never heard it exactly.
But seen it, perhaps? Maybe you've had a peep into that eternal diary of his?
Well, sir, to say the pious truth, I did read one day or other something about a wife. You see, he married a wife when he was very young.
Yes.
And she was the plague of his life ever afterwards.
Oh, Rosina, can such things be? Now then, Susan, I believe you are a native of Malvern.
Yes, sir. Leastways I was so before I went to live in London.
And you convinced Mr. Nightingale to come down here so that he might try the cold water cure.
Yes, sir.
And so that you might see your relations.
Yes, sir. How did you know?
Knowledge of human nature. Now then, Susan, brush up your memory and think. Did you ever know a Mrs. Nightingale who lived down here? Your eyes brighten, you smile. You did know a Mrs. Nightingale.
Well, to be sure I did, sir, but that could never have been.
Your master's wife? I believe she is. She died?
Yes, sir.
And was buried?
You know everything.
In?
In Pershore Churchyard. My uncle was sexton there.
Uncle living?
90 years of age, with a trumpet.
That he plays on?
Plays on? No, hears with.
Susan, get me a certificate of the old lady's death, and that within the hour.
Why, sir?
I suspect the old lady walks, and I intend to lay her ghost. You ask me how?
No, sir, I didn't.
But you thought it, and that you shall know by and by. But quick, flee, they're coming, whilst I reconnoiter the enemy.
Oh, my dear uncle, pray do nothing rash. You are in capital health at present, and who knows what the doctors may make of you.
Capital health. I haven't known a day's health in these 20 years. Refer to diary. January 6th, 1834. Let me see. Pain in right thumb. Query. Gout. Send for Blair's pills. Take 6. Can't sleep all night. Doze about 7. March 12th, 1839. Violent cough. Query. Croup. Dry lozenges. Bed at 6. Gruel. Tallow nose. Dream of general illumination. March 13th. Cold. Miserable. Cold always makes me miserable. Received letter from Mrs. Nightingale.
What did you say, sir?
I said I woke from nightmare, my dear. I almost betrayed myself. Would you hear all this? And you talk about capital health to a sufferer like me? Oh, my spirits, my spirits. I wonder what water shall do for them.
Why, reduce them, of course. Oh, my dear uncle, I often fear that I am the cause of your disquietude. I often think that perhaps I ought to marry.
Oh, well, that's very kind of you, my dear. Oh, yes, right. I really had better begin. Oh, so you think that purely on my account that you ought to marry a magpie, my dear? Oh, my God! Oh,
I beg your pardon, sir. Forgive me. And I beg your...
Oh, Gad! Oh, uncle, don't be frightened, but...
Return a bootjack and strong person. Oh, my God! Well, I'm taking all this water externally when I really ought to be drinking it.
Rash man, forbear. Drain that chalice and your life's not worth a bodkin.
Dear me, sir, it's only water. I'm merely a pump patient.
Persevere, and 12 men of Malvern will sit upon you in less than a week, and without retiring bring in a verdict of found drowned.
There's my cue. Follow me directly. I shall bring you another glass in a quarter of an hour.
Pulse very debilitated. Let's see. Great want of coagulum. Oh, lymphatic to an alarming degree. Stamina weak. Decidedly weak.
Right, sir. Well, it always has been. Back in 48, I think it was in 48. Let me see. Yes. Dyspeptic. Feel as if kitten at play within me. Try chalk and pea flour.
And grew worse.
Why, astonishing, I did, yes. Fever. Have head shaved.
And grew worse.
Why, amazing, sir. Why, you read me like a book. Seeing as there appears to be no dry remedy for my unfortunate case, I thought I would try a wet one, and so here I am at the cold water.
Water, sir, unless in combination with alcohol, is poison to you. You want blood. Now, man, there are 2 kinds of blood, sir. One that flows in the vessel called vein, hence venous blood. The other that flows in the vessel called artery, hence arterial blood. The one dark, the other bright. Now, sir, the crasamentum of your blood is injured by too much water. How shall we thicken, sir? By mustard and milk.
Mustard and milk.
Mustard and milk, sir, exhibited with the rare balsam known only to myself, rum. Single bottles, 1 guinea. Case 12, 10 pounds.
I don't think I ever tried any mustard and milk. But wait, yes. I think I recollect back 1836. Tried 2 quarts of mustard seed fasting.
You pish.
And you really advised me not to take water.